Philippians 4:11 through 13. Not that I speak in regard to need, for I have learned in whatever state I am to be content. I know how to be abased, live humbly, and I know how to abound, which is live in prosperity. Everywhere and in all things I have learned both to be full and to be hungry, both to abound and to suffer need. For I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That all things through Christ that strengthen me verse has to do with enduring through suffering. It doesn't have to do with getting your last set in at the gym. Okay? That's not what that verse has to do with. It has to do with Christ strengthening you in times of desperate need, in time of suffering. Okay? And I was doing dishes today, maybe like 10 minutes ago, and it hit me. This verse just hit me about content, about being content. That is the verse that just popped right into my mind. And I'm like looking around at my house and the land that we live on, and, you know, the pictures of me and my husband, and looking at my kids, and realize how content I am. You know, me and my husband, we're not rich. You know, we work hard every day for what we have, you know, and it's, you know, through our jobs that God provides. And I'm just grateful because I have an awesome husband. I have great kids. I have great in-laws, you know, and I have nothing to really complain about. Yet there's people that are never content. And I'm talking a lot about believers here because they're always seeking something that only God can fill. All right. So if you're not content in the little things and being content in the simple things, then you're never going to be content if you have a lot. And for those who say, okay, well, let me test that theory, let me give you celebrities. Okay. Look at all of them who have either committed suicide, have attempted suicide, hooked on drugs, and they have material things coming out of their ears. They have money coming out of their ears, but they're not content. Why is that? Because they're trying to fill their lives in that void that only Jesus can fill with drugs, women, money, cars, boats. So what happens is once that boat, that excitement of the boat wears off, they find something else to fill that void. And once that thing wears off, they find something else to fill that void. And they're never satisfied because only Jesus and God can satisfy that need that we have. So I don't know who I'm talking to today, but you need to be content in what you have. God will provide everything that you need. You just need to thank him and praise him and be content in all circumstances, whether humbly or in prosperity. Be content in all things and learn to rely on the strength of Christ to get you through those things. Y'all have a great day.